Good morning, Mega Podlings. Crazy Joe here, coming to you on a beautiful sunny Saturday morning. And you know what? I grew up in the Philadelphia area, Philadelphia region. In this area, there are many theme parks. There is Hershey Park, there is Dorney Park, there is Clementon Park, all in the Philadelphia, New Jersey area. And I have been to most of the parks in our area. Dutch Wonderland, I've been there too. I've been to a lot of them, but there's one in our area, one of the big ones, that I have never been to in my entire life, and that is Six Flags Great Adventure. I have wanted to go to Great Adventure for a very long time, and no one has ever wanted to go with me. Every time I've ever suggested to someone, hey, let's go to Great Adventure, I've never been there. The answer is always, oh, why don't we go to Hershey Park instead? Or, I don't really want to go to Great Adventure. Let's do Knoebels. And it's like, yeah, but I've been to Hershey Park. Hey, I've never been to Great Adventure. I want to go there because I've never been there. So after years and years of begging people to go to Great Adventure with me and being shot down, sometimes you just got to take things into your own hands. I'm going to Great Adventure all alone today because I'm tired of complaining about how I've never been there, and it is time to make this happen. I have arrived, and I'm slightly worried. Bought a discounted ticket at work, and I'm noticing it says valid through 9/23. That was last weekend. This might be worthless. I may have to pay again to get in, which means it would have cost me like twice as much to get in here. Hopefully they'll work with me. You'll see the Superman logo behind me. One of the #1 reasons I've always wanted to come to this park is because they hold the license to DC Comics, and the DC Comics characters are very close to my heart. There's a Justice League ride in here that looks pretty awesome, and I want to ride that. It's a Bugs Bunny topiary. Very cool. I just waited in 3 lines and just got in the door. First line was security, second line was to get in the gate, and then they rejected my ticket, and then they sent me to guest relations, and I had to wait in line at guest relations, and 4 lines, then I had to get back in line at the gate. So I just got in the door 4 lines before I even entered. So here we go. I'm in a store called the Looney Tunes store, but they have plenty of DC Comics memorabilia in here, and that's what I'm all about. Love the DC Comics. I don't think I need a hat though, and I certainly don't need any more t-shirts. Some really cool Joker merchandise. Apparently they have a ride based on the Joker. It's a roller coaster. I'm iffy on roller coasters, so I don't know that I'd get on it. I'd have to look at it first. Now this is cool. A Legion of Doom mug or cup. Black Manta. Gotta love something that's got Black Manta and Sinestro on it. Vile and Villainous. And there's a whole wall of Green Lantern merchandise. Green Lantern is my second favorite superhero after Booster Gold. I have to confess I don't understand this. It says my whip and has the Batmobile. That's not a whip, that's a car. This is probably some kind of like hip slang thing that I'm too old to understand or something. It's a shame. If it just had the car, I'd be more interested, but I don't need t-shirts. I have too many. Orange fountain behind me. Very cool. Apparently there's a sausage eating contest today. I am definitely in the world of DC Comics. There's a Superman roller coaster right there. And behind me on this end, a Green Lantern ride. That's pretty cool. I'm not really a roller coaster guy though. And the Superman ride I'm certainly not doing. Apparently you ride it on your stomach to feel like you're flying. That's not for me. But there is a Daily Planet gift shop. I'm gonna go in there. I'll have to check out the Green Lantern ride. Like I said, I'm not one for roller coasters, so I'm probably going to pass, but he is my second favorite superhero, so I have to at least consider it. And apparently the Green Lantern roller coaster you ride standing up. I ain't doing it. Sorry, Green Lantern, I love you, but I ain't doing it. Dun, 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 dun. All right, I need to find this Justice League ride. That's why I came here. I need to find it. It's got to be around here somewhere. Just gonna wander. I looked at a map, and the map is incredibly hard to follow. It's not laid out as easily as like a Disney park, but let's go this way. Apparently I found some giant turtles. Tortoises. Tortoises, but not turtles. And a thirsty one at that. Look at them go. Fred and Wilma. So one of them is Fred, and the other one is Wilma. Apparently there are rides based on Harley Quinn and Bizarro Superman. Pretty cool. Macho Nachos. I'm outside the Joker ride, and again, it's just a crazy roller coaster. Not something I would get on. I think it's a shame that all the DC properties are just roller coasters that have the name of a DC character and are painted in appropriate color. It really doesn't allow you to do proper theming, like, for example, the Spider-Man ride at Universal Studios, because it's like a simulator. They could really theme it specifically to Spider-Man. And it's my understanding that's what the Justice League ride does here, that I have yet to find. This park is not well laid out. I'm still looking for it. But it's a shame that they have such a great property like DC Comics and they're kind of squandering it by just making roller coasters that just barely fit the theme. What can you do, though? That's what they do. I will protect the secrets of Castle Grayskull from Skeletor for the power and the honor of Grayskull. I have the power. Alright, apparently the Dark Knight roller coaster is a more mild one, not one of these crazy ones. And it's indoors, which allows them better theming. So this one could be fun. I'm going to do this one. Let's go. That was fun. I enjoyed that. I might do that again before I leave. Oh, there it is. That is why I'm here today. This is why I drove here. This is why I've been wanting to come here. The Hall of Justice, Justice League ride. I am really psyched about this. I literally came to the park just for this. And I've been all day looking, trying to figure out where in the park it was. And here it is. Let's do this.
We're also equipped with special glasses that have night vision capability. They'll protect your eyes from any flying debris that you might encounter in the field.
Hello, Cyborg, do you read me? Cyborg.
Copy that, Superman.
I'm in front of the Daily Planet. Luthor's been building Lex files by the thousands and releasing them all over the city. They're causing massive damage and difficult to defeat. I've got more bad news. Luthor and the Joker just captured one woman. I think she's being held in LexCorp headquarters along with Green Lantern, Supergirl, and Flash. I've seen some suspicious activity over there, but can't get close due to a kryptonite-powered force field. Lex has also blocked my entrance.
Okay, I rode the Justice League ride twice, and I gotta say, it's pretty cool. It's basically the same thing as the Spider-Man ride in Universal Studios, except slower. It's my one complaint. It needed to be a little quicker. It was like you make the turns very, very slow. It was like, well, this is very much like Spider-Man, but Spider-Man's quicker. They need to amp it up a little, but it's still pretty cool. I mean, I did it twice, so, and it's the whole reason I came to the park, so. I'm gonna get out of here now.
Look, there it
Sorry, Cyborg, I love you. Not in a million years will I do that thing. That thing's insane. Hanging out with Bugs and Wile E. Coyote. It's good company to keep. I'm walking out the door, the Fright Fest has begun, and that's what you just saw, but I'm getting out of here. So let's talk about Six Flags. Great Adventure, and well, I guess the whole Six Flags company, although Great Adventure is the only one I've ever been to, so I can't really speak with any, real knowledge about the other Six Flag parks. But first of all, I was under the mistaken impression that the Six Flags company was owned by Warner Brothers. It is not. I was wrong. Apparently Warner Brothers did own Six Flags at one time in the 90s, and it's since been sold. They do not own it anymore, and the Warner Brothers characters, Looney Tunes, DC Heroes, are now still used in the park under a paid license to Warner Brothers. So that explains something, at least, because I had never been to Great Adventure before yesterday. I wanted to go mainly to see the Justice League ride. That was my driving thrust that took me there. And my takeaway on the whole thing is that, and keep in mind, at the time yesterday, I did think it was owned by Warner Brothers, which I've now learned is not the case. I did think it was disappointing that was the best that Warner Brothers could do, because Warner Brothers is a company on the same level as Disney. They're huge, absolutely gigantic multimedia company, television, movies, they got their hands in everything. They're very comparable to Disney, really, whereas Disney has the Mickey Mouse characters, Warner Brothers has Looney Tunes and the Hanna-Barbera characters, whereas Disney has Marvel, Warner Brothers has DC. Like, the two of them are similar companies. So why is it that when Disney would do a theme park, it would be something top tier, absolutely spectacular, like Walt Disney World? And Universal, who I would argue is not as big a company as Warner Brothers, they're right up there. Universal Studios parks are just right up there with Disney. So it seemed like a disappointment to me that Warner Brothers offering would be Six Flags, which seems like a typical local theme park. It's no different than anything you'd see from, like locally we have Dorney Park, Hershey Park. They're not vacation destinations. They're not parks that are so spectacular you're going to really travel to get to them. They're just local, cool theme parks. If you're in the area, you'll visit them. But that's it. So it seemed like, why is Six Flags the best they're going to put out there? Well, now I've learned Warner Brothers doesn't own Six Flags. And that explains a lot. But I do think that Warner Brothers should up their game. I would like to see an official Warner Brothers theme park that competes on the level of Disney and Universal. They could do it so much better. The Justice League ride, best ride in the entire park. Terrific. It's on a par with Spider-Man at Universal. And Spider-Man at Universal is the greatest ride I've ever been on in my life. I've never been on a better ride than Universal Studios Florida's Spider-Man ride. That's as good as a ride gets. And Justice League is just like that, but slower. Tamer. No, that was disappointing. It's like, look, you're giving me the framework of this tremendous ride that I know exists, but you're watering it down. I really wish that the Justice League ride was quicker and more like Spider-Man. Because it's just like Spider-Man, except slow. I don't know. What my thoughts on Great Adventure, would I go back? If someone said to me, hey, I'm going to Great Adventure, you want to come? I'd be like, yeah, sure. Would I make it a point to make another trip? I'm in no rush to go back. My curiosity has been satisfied. I've wanted for years to see Great Adventure because it is the one major local theme park. In the local Philadelphia area, there's a few theme parks, but I'd say there's three that are the big ones. These are the three big ones, and it's Great Adventure, Dorney Park, and Hershey Park. Those are the three big games in town, and of those three, Six Flags Great Adventure is the only one I had not been to at age 42, and I've lived in this area my entire life. So I had to check that box, you know. And now I've checked that box, and I'm satisfied, and I don't think I need to go back. But I had a good enough time that if someone said to me, "Hey, we're going here. This is something we're doing. Are you in?" I'd be like, "Yeah, sure." It was a good time. That's all I gotta say. Keep wearing those pajamas.